Welcome back. We are going to do our lesson 5 cursive videos. We are going over the letters N, M, V, and X, Y, Z today. Alright, so we're going to jump right in for our lowercase n's. Okay, so usually n's are connecting to something. So we are going to come up from the bottom and we're going to make a bump, bump, and then a swoop. Bump, bump, swoop. Okay. Let's do a couple more of those. Okay. A lot of my kids say, oh, well, if you take that little front part off, it does look like a lowercase n, and that's true. This connector is right into that N, so it looks almost like a lowercase m, but we know that it only has our one real lump there. Okay, so our lowercase n's, just like that. Go ahead and circle your favorite. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay, for m's, we're gonna add the connector into those double bumps. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 swoop. Okay, so just like that, if you cover the connector, you have a little lowercase m. 1, 2, 3 swoop. Now remember, when you're doing this, you need to be tracing up into those lines. Okay, so I don't want to see a bunch of V's in here. Okay, so you're going to come up just like that. And swoop. 1, 2, 3, swoop. Make sure that your bottom lines are going all the way to the bottom and that your little top of the hills hit that middle line. Okay, just like that. Go ahead and circle your favorite. This one. Just like that. N and M. Okay, we're going to go to V because we have that little hill-like motion, like the N and the M's. So for V, we're going to come up, down, and then we're going to come up sharply with a little boop on the end. Okay, so if you cover that up, there's your lowercase v. Try and have a little bend at the bottom, but still kind of pointy. It's not going to be looking like a U. Okay, don't space this all out to where it looks like a U. Okay, so we're going to come up, down, pretty sharply up, and then our little boop. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and circle your favorite. I like that one. Lowercase v. Okay, we're going to practice putting these letters together. So for the first one, we're going to practice our N's together. So we're going to go 2 hilltops, boop, boop. Okay, then we're going to go up into our next 2. And then up into our next 2. Try and make sure you're hitting that bottom line. Sometimes I like to hover a little bit, but it must go down with the rest. And remember, you're not only writing cursive for yourself, you're writing it for other people to read. So we want to make sure that our letters are as uniform as possible. That way other people can also understand what we're trying to write to them. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and practice some M's. I'm going to do one up here. So we're going to go 3 hilltops. 1, 2, 3. Hit the bottom line. 1, 2, 3. Hit the bottom line. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we have N's and then M's. Okay, let's go ahead and do a couple more M's. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We're going to do some V's. So we're going to go up, like a hilltop, then come down, keep it close. Then when we bump, we're going to go up into our next V. Okay, just like that, we're keeping it up now. We're going to bump, go into our next V, and then bump. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Remember, the only one connecting should be down here. The others kind of hold hands up at the top. With a few words. Let's go ahead and write the word no. So N O. Okay. And then very. N I N and van. Right, van. One more time. Notice how I'm keeping that V and A connection up high, so that this V doesn't start looking like a U. Okay. Alright. We're continuing lesson 5 with X, Y, and Z. Okay. My kids always love this one. So we're going to start with X, and it's kind of funny because usually an X is just 2 lines going across, but this one we're going to connect it to something before it, give space, and then swoop out. So it kind of looks like a wavy pattern, but then when you're all done writing your word, you come back and do your little X. So if you cover the connectors, there's your X. Okay, so we're going to go up. And it doesn't have to have tons of space, so you don't have to space it all out. So up and down. Up and down and up again. Boop. Okay, just like that. Go ahead and circle your favorite X. I like this one, so circle that one. Okay. Then we have our lowercase y's. Okay, and this is similar to our G's and Q's a little bit, but we are having that uphill motion to connect. So we're going to go like this, go down into our Y, just like that. Okay, so you're going to connect up and make your Y and loop that way. Go ahead and practice. Notice how the beginning of the Y looks like that X. That's why it's right after the X when we're doing it together, because it has that same motion. Okay. That's our X, Y, and now for our Z, let's go ahead and pick our favorite Y real quick. And now for the Z, it's a little funny, and some of my kids have issues with this because it's a little different than what we've been doing so far. So we're going to come into our Z and come down to the line, and then we're going to go up a little bit and into our loop. Okay? So we're going to go like a little mound, and then boop, a little mini hill. Mini hill, loop. And then a little mini hill, little hill, and then carry it out. Okay, go ahead and practice those. My middle name has 2 Z's in it, so I always used to love making these cursive Z's when I was a kid. All right. I like this one. Okay. Let's go ahead and connect some letters together. So we've got our X's first. So the fun part about the X's is we're not going to come back and do any of the cross slashes until we're done. So it's just going to look like a big old wavy line, and then we're going to come back in. But we're trying to keep track with our eyes of where those slashes would be so we don't accidentally do too much. So we're going to come up, down, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do it again. There's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Put a couple Y's together over here. So we're going to come up, same motion, but we're going to come down below the line. Just like that. Let's go ahead and put an X, Y, and Z next to each other. See how that looks. So we're going to go up into our X and up into our Y. Z, mini hill, and a loop. Boop. X, Y, Z. Okay, let's do some Z's together. So, big hill, little hill, big hill, little hill, big hill, little hill. Let's do a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Just like that. Some common words. So first one, let's do X-ray, like an X-ray machine. So there's an X, then we have a hyphen, and then ray. And that has our X and our Y in it. Okay. And now we're going to try the word ox. Slash. Let's do that one again. Very good. And now for the word zoo. Okay, so come up. Got a big hill, little hill, loop. Come up like a C, trace it back down, come around, just like that. All right, that concludes lesson 5. Hope to see you again.